What's up, world? You already know who it is. Your favorite director, Maurice Paramore, with the Your Favorite Director podcast. And I have the lovely, lovely actress, Tammy Chassagne, here with me. And I'm super excited.
Thank you. I'm super excited too. Yeah.
Super excited. We made a film.
We did.
We made a film. Regrets. The feature film is out right now.
Yeah.
It's on Tubi. So first thing I need y'all to do is go find that. Go find Regrets on Tubi. Stream it. You go on your tablet, on your TV, or your phone. And yes, it just released, and I'm really excited about that. So tell me about your experience on the film. Like, how was it? How was it working on this film?
It was really, really great, honestly. And I credit you for that for sure. I mean, you wrote it, you directed it. I mean, this all came together because, you know, every idea that you came up with, and you brought this really, really great group of people together, which is literally my favorite part of filming. Mm-hmm. And I think that's so important, you know what I mean? In seeing, especially a full feature film, like seeing that fluidity come together, watching it on screen for the first time. That was the first time watching a full body of work. So thank you for that.
That's
so
dope.
As great as it was filming, and the whole process of filming, like the pinnacle of the whole filming experience was the premiere.
It was beautiful.
I mean, can I talk about that?
Please do it.
I mean,
that was amazing.
When I think about it, you know what I mean? Memories growing up as a kid and whatnot, you know, and going to big blockbuster films and being in crowds of people, you know, and I love crowds where everybody's interacting with the screen and doing all that, you know what I mean? So we're at this premiere, and again, I'm watching a full feature film, okay? And Omar Bullock was sitting right next to me. He was right there with me. And there's really just nothing better to watch yourself in a film, in a room full of, you know, your people, and seeing the reactions, knowing the work that you put in to get these types of reactions. That was the best part of filming this for me.
Oh, really? That's awesome. This was your first premiere?
That was the first premiere. That was just
really dope.
Amazing. It was an amazing experience all the way through to watching it to all of it.
Yeah, being your film, and like you said, the energy. See, that's the thing, man, about theater, about being in a movie theater, right? And that's why I love watching films in a movie theater with a crowd, because it's a certain kind of energy that you just can't get at home watching the TV.
Yeah.
But it's even better when you're watching your own work. You know, it's kind of like it's a weird experience, because you're like, you have those cringy moments, but then it's just like, wow, this is amazing at the same time, because you're seeing yourself up there, you're seeing your work, maybe in the writer and director, seeing, you know, my words on screen, or just seeing the camera angles and all of that, and seeing it with a group of people is such an amazing experience. But like you said, the premiere is when all the hard work is now out there, it's on screen, and it's being celebrated by everybody, you know. And it's really no experience like that, you know, like you said, because it's always good, positive energy. We taking pictures, we laughing, we talking about the moments, the memories.
Happy to see each other again.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it touches on what you said before. You know, you build a bond, and it almost becomes like family, you know, because we're shooting every week, we're shooting every weekend, and you're seeing everybody, you know, week in and week out, and you're looking forward to seeing each other and working with each other. But from that time that we wrapped until the premiere was probably like 6 or 7 months. So how was it, just like you said, just seeing everybody? What was that like, you know?
At the premiere? At the premiere it just felt like coming back home again. You know, I traveled all the way out from Long Island to Jersey.
Yes, thank you.
But I always came here. I always looked forward to coming and seeing you guys, because that's literally the type of energy that y'all gave me. I felt like family, and that was always nice. And mind you, I feel like when you're with a group of people and you're passionate about something, you all have this commonality together. You are completing a project together, and you're putting all your creative energy into it. On top of it all, if you recall, we were filming in a pandemic.
Absolutely.
Too.
Yeah.
So I mean, that posed a lot of you know, struggles there too.
Yeah.
But again,
familiarity and all of that. It was like, you know, because it was about 6 or 7 months that I didn't film anything at that point, because I think we started around like October, November and stuff like that, and COVID was still new. It was still scary. I mean, it still is, but you know, I was lucky enough to get a group of people that, you know, trusted each other, that would, you know, protected each other, and you know, we were all in it, you know, for the same cause. But it was still like it was scary. You know, you was coming from Long Island, all the way down to New Jersey.
And we're still, I mean, we had ways of communicating with each other.
Yeah.
You know, we had Zoom and things like that. But I remember I had auditioned for you in Zoom, and I'm meeting you for the first time. So everything, I feel like for everybody, no matter how experienced each individual was, like it was all a brand new experience, you know? Yeah, but we adapted, you know?
Quick. You know, and it's funny. We started out with the Zoom audition. And I don't know if you sent me clips before that or not. But once we did the Zoom, and I've been looking for Katrina for a long time, and I was telling you for that. I wrote the script probably a year before I even did the film, and I casted it and didn't go ahead with the production. But then at some point, I was like, you know, I want to tell the story again. I had most of the pieces, but I didn't have Katrina. And I'm like, I need Katrina. And I'm not even sure how we even got connected. Did you know somebody that I knew or something like that? I'm not even sure.
I think I was in the midst of sending out for auditions
and stuff like
auditions and whatnot. I remember that because you mentioned nobody was doing anything for months. Yeah. I remember that it was just like, you know, I really, not that I don't care about the pandemic and whatnot. It's just I have to try still. Yeah. I can't stop trying. Yeah. So I was in the midst of sending out for auditions, and you were one of those auditions. I think I saw a posting online or something like that, and then we connected. Yes. And from the moment that we first started talking, it was just really great energy. It was dope. I had watched because a friend of mine had sent me before I even auditioned. I had seen the short, believe it or not, and so when I saw that this film was being turned into a full feature film, I was like, oh yeah, like
it makes sense, yeah. And absolutely. it was that like I said, the audition, I was blown away because I was looking for this character. I was looking for somebody to play this character for the longest. And we did the Zoom, and I was like, yo, before we even got off the call, I was like, yo, this is Katrina. And on top of the great performance, we just had this connection. I felt like, you know, it was like a good rapport, and it felt good. And for me, it's all about that type of energy when it's on set, because it takes one person to mess up the whole vibe of a set. You know what I mean? So it's like me always just try to find good energy, good people, because we're going to be spending a lot of time together filming week in and week out. And it just felt right. And before the call was over, I was like, this is Katrina. And it ended up working out, you know?
Thank you so much.
It ended up working out. So
thank you for the opportunity. No, it's absolutely. From day one, I agree. Like, same energy, same positivity. I'm glad for the opportunity. I'm glad that we got acquainted. I'm glad for the whole thing. So thank you.
So how was it playing Katrina? Tell me a little bit about the character. Tell me a little bit about the film in your own words. How, you know, what is Regrets, and who is Katrina?
How was it filming Katrina? Who is Katrina? See, that was exactly the first thing that I wanted to figure out. You know, I had watched the short. There was no Katrina in the short. What was great about coming on board for this was that, you know, that trust in allowing me to, you know, build her, you know, and figuring out what it was that you were expecting in her part of the story in this, you know. Yes. And it was a question that I kept asking throughout the whole process. Like, who is she? Who is she in this moment? Who is she to this character here? And how is it that we're going to take it from nothing moving forward in the short to like really making the story, like, you know, adding her, you know, because one of the challenges I felt like is I just don't want to be a character that's just thrown in for measure. I did want to contribute and move the storyline along. So that's how it was filming Katrina, finding those opportunities there, and seeing where she could contribute in her own growth and for the growth of the characters all around.
Absolutely. And you were good at that, you know, with challenging the character, challenging her within the film, and me as the writer and director, like, all right, well, who is Katrina? What is her purpose? What is she trying to get out? Like, where does she fit in, you know? And like you said, you didn't just want to be slapped on or somebody's love interest and stuff like that. It was more like, well, how can she add to the story and these other characters, you know, and how can she kind of have her own thing? And we talked about this on and on, you know, throughout the whole project, before it started, as it was going towards the end, and we was always just trying to develop the Katrina character, and I think it was such an important piece, especially for Kia's character. I mean, Jabria's character, Kia, for it to make sense and really come full circle. And I think you really added to that, because you kept challenging me as the writer.
Thank you.
I appreciate that.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I appreciate it too.
Yeah.
I thought that she was really well written. Mm-hmm. I thought, especially from where the film started to now, like she really was an integral character, which is, my aim in all the parts that I look forward to. I always try to find parts that have some sort of, how do I explain? Like, I don't know, have a real presence in the film,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And I appreciate Katrina, because I really feel like you wrote her in a positive light, and so the opportunity to, kind of set that tone. I don't know that a lot of people are always looking out for kids and whatnot, but I didn't see a lot of that for Jabria's character in the film, and I was happy that there was something like that in the storyline too.
Yes.
So I was happy to help with that with Katrina. So yeah,
it was fun, man. It was fun. I hope y'all enjoying the episode, but I had to interrupt to talk about my new film, Regrets. Yes, my new award-winning film, Regrets, is streaming now on Tubi for free. You can watch it on your phone, you can watch it on your tablet, you can watch it on your TV. It's a heartfelt film that I'm really proud of, and I think you will enjoy it. All you got to do is download the app and type in Regrets. And again, it's free. So go watch it with your fam, share with your friends, and I think you will enjoy it. I'm really proud of this film. So go and watch Regrets and tell me what you think about it. Back to the episode. How did you prepare for that character? Like, did you study anything? Is it something that you can relate to? Like, how did you kind of get into that world?
I really wish I had like a glamorous response. How did I prepare? I would study every night.
Really?
I would memorize lines. Yeah. I kind of separate my emotions from the lines and decide what it was that I wanted the audience to feel. And then once you do that, you kind of let the lines out, and it's all there. You know what I mean? It kind of just all comes together. So ultimately, just a lot of practice was how I prepared, and really trying to understand with co-players, what it is that they wanted out of certain scenes. And lots of Zoom calls. That was a lot of there was a lot of that. And what was great about this group was everyone was always prioritizing it and making the time for it and whatnot, and coming up with these really great ideas and giving me a lot of great directions to go with certain things. Like, again, with Jabria, Kia and Katrina, I feel like that was probably the most fun preparing. Because we really, I think, tapped into a lot of our own personal energy to really bring out the story of Kia and Katrina and Regrets. So that's how we prepared. We decided to just be ourselves with each other, and I think that resonated in the movie. So
that was super dope. I mean, the connections that you had with everybody in the film, it showed across the screen. The relationship that you had, that you developed with Kia, was really important for the story for me. But you actually took the time to nurture that relationship, and the time and the preparation you put in with like Omar and stuff like that. It showed. Like, that stuff doesn't just happen. The magic doesn't just pop up. Like, you have to do the work. And from the beginning, you were willing to do the work. Like I said, we had countless Zoom meetings. You had Zoom meetings with the other cast going over
Zoom
lines.
was life. I remember.
Yeah, it was just like, let's get it right. And it was really exciting to see the work with everybody, because everybody came prepared. And you was definitely prepared. Yeah,
for sure. And you know what? I have to mention Omar, because Omar was definitely, from the moment that we met too, he just kind of hit the ground running, you know, and he had been doing this a lot longer than me. So it was great to kind of lean on him for a lot of guidance and things. Working with him, it was always just straight business, and but also lots of fun too. Like, Omar was amazing to work with, for sure.
Yeah, Omar was it was a blast to bring up. Shout out to Omar.
Yeah.
He really did his thing. He actually had me rewrite some of the story. It's a funny story because it was another character, it was another actor playing the dad in the short film. Then I decided to do the feature film, and originally he was only in like 3 or 4 scenes, and just pretty much all the stuff that was in the short that we reshot. But he came in, and I did 2 scenes with him the first day, and he blew me away. Like, his acting was on point, and I was like, you know what, shoot, I gotta tell the story that I really want to tell now. And I rewrote some of his scenes and added more of the father figure because I felt like it was an integral part to the script, and it was because of his acting that gave me the confidence to do that. So yeah. Shout out to Omar Bullock.
Yeah.
Love you, brother. You did your thing. How
about for you? I have to ask you.
Absolutely.
I mean, how was it? I never really asked you what it was that compelled you to tell this story in the film. It's interesting that you are, having a young girl be the vessel of this storyline.
And that's pretty much what it boiled down to. So I always wanted to tell the story of how an absent father affects a young person. But it was always, I would see a lot of these films, and it was always from the young male perspective, right? It was always a young male coming up in a game without his father. And I was like, okay, what would happen if the same scenario, how would that affect a young woman? A young woman transition into, becoming, a woman and trying to find herself in all these things. And like I said, you've never seen it from that perspective. And I wanted to see how that would be, different than, a male perspective, because, a female trying to find herself, not having that father figure, and then being interested in boys and all of this other stuff. And I just wanted to see what that would look like, And when I ran into Jabria, I was like, she auditioned for me one time because I knew her mother, and her mother was like, I want to get my daughter involved, boom, boom, boom. And I met her, and we had this audition, and I was like, wow, this is Kid. This is her. And I started to flesh out the story, because what I do a lot of times, I'll meet people and ideas will start popping out, like characters, scenarios, all of that stuff. So when she auditioned for me, I actually really rewrote some things and really kind of tailored it to her. Mm-hmm. So it was a coming of age story. I just always wanted to see that unfold on screen, and it being different from every other story where it's always a young male just coming up in the game. I just kind of wanted to see it from a young woman's perspective.
Well, as a woman, I certainly can appreciate seeing it in that perspective too, or especially, to have a male director kind of put it out there for other folks to see. So I think it is interesting that you decided to go on that route. I mean, I applaud you for it, because it's true. I think that seeing these types of perspectives, these having a full understanding of what it is for a young girl to be going through this, I don't think we see enough of that. So definitely,
yeah. And me having a stepdaughter around that age, especially the stepdaughter now is 14, but when I first did this short film, she was 15. And a lot of these things that I was writing, I was kind of dealing with from the father figure perspective, you know what I mean? So it was kind of tapping into that world and not really understanding it, and trying to understand it, and trying to learn. I was learning as I was writing it. I was learning. I was watching y'all perform.
Oh, I love that.
You know what I mean? So it wasn't like I'm writing as if I know all of these things. It was like I was writing from the stepdad's perspective. Then I was writing from me having a stepfather and me having an absent biological father, and also trying to tap into my stepdaughter's mind, because sometimes you get to that age where they're reserved and they don't want to let you into all a world. So it was kind of like me tapping into all of these things to try to understand it more, but also going back to your point earlier, I feel like we need more female roles where it's not just the love interest. I feel like we need more female roles that are more dynamic, that's more, well-rounded, more roles where we're following him on his journey. And I just thought this was like the perfect character to kind of, tap into that.
Yeah, I think so.
So I hope people appreciate that, appreciate it and just see it from that perspective. Because like I said, I never see it, I never see it. And
all the feedback I've got, people appreciate it, Maurice. You very well done. All the work that you did, for sure. And I was lucky enough to see it up close. But folks, from seeing all the final finished product, I'm getting so many great things about it. And awesome. My family was so happy to meet you after seeing the film. Like, oh my God, you did so amazing with it. So
lovely family. I'm glad they all came to the premiere.
Yeah.
We had a good time, man. It was such a great time to just celebrate it all. And just to see our hard work, on screen and to be able to appreciate it. Yeah. So, what's next for Tammy? Like, where do you see yourself going career-wise?
Career-wise overall?
Overall.
I'm a storyteller. However way that I can tell stories that resonate with me, that I think can help other people, or of course entertain as well, because happiness and laughter is also important. I think that's also what started this whole industry, you know. But I think that there's a big responsibility these days in delivering certain messages. So storytelling and media has always been a very powerful way to bring understanding, to the screens in our homes. It's literally one of the fastest, and social media, fastest, most effective ways to reach people and send a message. Right. And what I love about acting and filmmaking is that it's just such a creative way to storytell, Absolutely. Without, a lot of the time you're not necessarily saying anything, but sometimes you can show somebody better than you can say it, Absolutely. So since starting this, finding so many different creative ways to tell stories, to bring that sort of empathy and understanding to different types of characters that even I wouldn't, agree to per se, but bringing that sort of level of understanding to people all over the world, like that's kind of what's next for me. I want to continue in that direction. Now, whether it's acting or writing or more filmmaking, whatever that may be, right? That's the direction that I'd like to see that go.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, that's the great thing about filmmaking. You can tap into so many different parts of the arts. Before I was a filmmaker, I was a hip-hop artist. Before I was a hip-hop artist, I was a DJ, and the great thing about, when you're a DJ, you're just a DJ. When you're a rapper, you're just a rapper in a sense. But like the beautiful thing about the filmmaking medium is that you can incorporate all of these things. I can incorporate the music that I love. I can incorporate, all right, I'm not, really per se rapping so much now, but it's like if I want to tap into that world, I can create a character like that. And it's like it's a beautiful playing field to be able to, like a sandbox, and just being able to create any world that you want. It's such a great outlet, so yeah, I would love to see you exploring more of that, definitely from the acting side, but telling more stories, because it's in you, like I said, you push me as a writer to tap into these stories. So I would love to see that.
I know I'm going to see more of that from you, so I really look forward to that. So yeah, that's kind of all I can say. I'm just really, really proud to be a part of this film. I'm so happy that things went the way that they have, that it's won awards, that Jabria and Omar and all these amazing characters were able to just showcase their passion and talent, and that's important too. I think you've built a very lovely world for folks to do that. So thank you for that.
Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Thank you. Really excited. Like I said, Tubi right now, Regrets right now is on Tubi. Go stream it for free. I'm going to say this again. You don't have to pull out no credit cards, no coins, no nothing. Just go download the app. You can watch it on your TV. You can watch it on your phone. You can watch it on your tablet. So you have no excuse not to stream it. It's a film that I think a lot of people can relate to. the struggle, you know, redemption. You know, we all trying to redeem ourselves in some way or shape or form. We all have regrets that we wish we'd have done things different. So this is the opportunity to, you know, sit down with your son or your daughter, you know, your family, to be able to just kind of like see the story unfold, man. And I'm really proud of it. I'm proud of all the actors, the actress, everybody that's lent a hand, their mind and their talent to this film. I'm really excited. So I need y'all to go stream it, show us some love, go run those numbers up, run it up. Just keep playing it, keep playing it, keep playing it. All right. So I am Maurice Paramore, your favorite director, with your favorite director podcast, and I have the lovely Tammy here. And I want to thank you for being a part of this because you're so amazing. Looking forward to seeing what else you do in this world.
Thank you. And
2022. See, people are scared to say 2022 is going to be their year, but I'm going to declare it now. 2022 is going to be my year. I'm going to kill it, and everybody that's associated and got ties to me, I'm going to make sure they have great years as well.
I claim it.
There you go, 2 of us, man. So all y'all scared. I know people is just walking. They scared to talk about 2022 because COVID's still alive, and it's just a lot of weird energy out there. But I want everybody to claim it. We're going to have a great year. There's going to be a lot of great opportunities, and we're going to make some money, some more memories, some more opportunities. All right? So I'll see y'all in the next podcast, the next episode. And, where can people find you? Because we need to find you. We need to stay, you know, updated with what you got going on.
Well, follow me on Instagram. I'm at Tammy_Cherie. That's TAMMY_CHERI3 on Instagram.
Yes.
I have put all updates on new work that I'm working on, updates on regrets, you know, and things that we've worked on in the past, all the things that you can catch up on that you probably wouldn't get in the interviews and other features. So definitely check it out there. And definitely check out Regrets on Tubi TV.
Yes.
You won't regret it.
There you go. I like that, pun intended. So, yes, and you can find me on @DreamBoyVision on IG, @DreamBoyVision, Twitter, DreamBoyVision everything, DreamBoyVision.com. All right, so stay updated. Tune in, tap in. We got a lot of great work, a lot of great projects coming out, and looking forward to connecting with y'all. All right, make sure y'all subscribe and tap in. All right, see y'all next time. This episode has been sponsored by DreamBoy Vision and the new merch Support Black Filmmakers. You know, we have to support the ones that's putting on for the culture, the ones that's telling our stories, that's for us, by us. So if you haven't already, go to DreamBoyVision.com, join the movement, and grab you up a hoodie. Support Black filmmakers.
Kia, what do you want out of life?
I'm trying to change and do right. All I'm asking is that you forgive me. Let me make it up to you.
Make it up? I was only 7 years old when you walked out on my mother and I. You're a coward, not a man. And for that, you deserve another 8 years in this place and not in my life.
So Deja tells me you're a boxer.
Yeah, I am.
Are you any good?
I don't know. You want to find out?
You ever drink before, Kia?
What the hell is that? Y'all drink this?
She's your little girl and she needs you.
Where were you raised?
Ain't much, but it's a place to stay.
Ever since my mom passed, it's been like nobody's wanted to keep me around long enough to call it home. I ain't gotta listen to you. You ain't my daddy.
Then maybe you're the problem.
You got my daughter running out in the streets, you crazy? You blame this on me? I took her in, remember?
You got an opportunity to be in your daughter's life.
But she's not your daughter. She's just a troubled kid trapped in the goddamn system.
You talking about robbery?
I'm saying that's if you want to eat. This is the quickest and easiest way to get paid.
Sounds like a way to end up like my pops.
Trust me, ain't nothing gonna happen.
When I was a little girl, I always thought my life would be different. You think I'm just gonna forget about what you did to me?